Hello fellow collectors and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at the Sentinel from the Marvel Legends Retro 3 3/4 inch line from Kenner, aka Hasbro. Now this guy is not 3 3/4 inches himself, but he is meant to scale with that line. So like the rest of the line, we have a bubble on card here, and this is an absolutely massive card back. Just to give you some kind of scale here, here is Cyclops from the same line. And he is very, very tiny in comparison, so this is going to be a lot of fun. Now, the card art is absolutely fantastic, as usual. I really, really love what they do with these. Looks fantastic, really bright, colorful. The Sentinel is huge. You can see here he comes with some accessories. If we spin it around to the back, we can see kind of a nice picture here of the Sentinel and a little bit of a bio here in a couple different languages. And we have that comic artwork here in the background. Really love the packaging for this line. I think they do a really great job. And I always tend to save the card backs from this line, but this one will be a little bit difficult because it is so massive. But let's go ahead, let's get the Sentinel out of there so we can take a closer look. So here's the Sentinel out of the packaging. I think he looks absolutely fantastic. Really nailed the color scheme there. The head looks fantastic. You do have tiny little red dots for kind of the pupils of the eyes. And he does have light piping back here, which is pretty cool. You have a ball joint for the head, so you have a lot of nice range of motion there. You can look up, you can look down, spin side to side. You can even tilt a little bit side to side. Arms swivel. You have a rotation here at kind of the wrist, like where the glove starts. You can kick forward 90 degrees. Can't really go back at all. And it kind of looks like the boots would swivel as well, but they don't, which is pretty much in keeping with the rest of the line. But overall, he really does look good. I think he looks pretty fantastic. He does come with an alternate head. So we'll take a close-up look at this. And you can kind of see on here a little bit better the red dot for the eye there. And you can see all the battle damage. Really nice metallic silver paint there. And switching the heads out is very simple. It pops right off the ball joint very easily. And then the new one pops on very simply. And that looks great. I think they did a great job with that. He does come with some other accessories, so you can see here on this hand, he's got kind of like a little peg hole there, and he comes with this blast effect, and you can see how it's kind of like on an angle here, so that way when you pop this in the fist, it kind of looks like it's coming from kind of like the palm. I think that really works. I think that's really cool, so it looks like he's blasting. And then he does come with another effect, which is kind of the cable he uses to catch mutants, and so we can go ahead and peg that in. There we go. So he's kind of shooting out the tendril there. And then the cool thing is you have this little loop here. So you can kind of, if you want to grab him around the leg, kind of grab him like that. But it is meant to kind of fit around their waist. And it is kind of a not super soft plastic, but it's malleable enough that you can get it around. Let's get this around here like that. There you go. And it fits very perfectly around their waist. Now, unfortunately, it does make him very front heavy. So, of course, that makes it want to fall down. But you can kind of grab it and just kind of position the hand somehow. I probably wouldn't display it like this permanently because that's going to put a lot of stress. And honestly, it's probably just over time, it's going to just make this fall out. But I do appreciate the effect, and I think the accessory is really nice. And they did kind of mold it perfectly to fit around the waist of the smaller figures, which is really nice. So we'll put that off to the side. I'm going to switch the head back. Like I said, very simple to pop that on and off. But yeah, overall, he's really, really cool. You could definitely pick up a couple of these army builds so they can go out and hunt the X-Men. And speaking of, we'll bring in a few of our X-Men characters here. And we got Iceman. So we can definitely start hunting mutants. Like I said, I think it scales pretty well. I mean, they would be a little bit taller, but I think if they made it perfectly to scale, this thing would have to be like $50, which I don't think a lot of people would want to army build at that point. But I think it's a good scale. I think it works. I would say it's probably about 2 figures tall, maybe slightly taller than 2 figures tall, something like that. So I feel like that's a pretty good scale to work with these figures. I think this looks great. I really like this a lot. I think they did a great job with this. I like getting some larger like characters for this line. They talked about vehicles, playsets coming in the future, which I think would be a lot of fun. And I really like the accessories. I think they did a nice job. You get the capture tendril, you get the blast effect, you get the battle damaged head. I think that's nice. I think it's pretty cool. We don't usually see a ton of accessories with the smaller figures. I mean, maybe we get, you know, a cape, or we get like the wings for Falcon, something like that. But most, again, we've had little handheld weapons, but for the most part, I think this guy definitely comes more decked out than any of the others, but it makes sense at the larger price point. I think this was 25, whereas these are around 12, so I think that makes sense, you know, with it being twice as tall and the accessories, it's about twice the price. I think that's pretty fair. Might wait for a sale or so to maybe grab a couple more of these, but I think this is really cool. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give him the blast effect here, so let's pop this back in his hand. And I can pretend that he is firing a blast here at Wolverine. So I think this is really cool. I like these guys a lot. I'm really having a fun time with this wave. I'm really hoping we do get some vehicles and some playsets soon. Or even maybe just some more larger characters I think could really work. A Galactus could definitely work for Fantastic Four. Maybe a Fin Fang Foom or something like that. Definitely could see some more larger characters. I think he's great. Definitely a first entry into kind of the larger part of this line. And hopefully that means some more things are coming. So I love this guy. Definitely recommend checking him out. Like I said, I think I got mine from Hasbro Pulse and he was 25. But I think other online retailers would have him as well. I don't think these are going to show up in store because they're larger. So probably best to get them at your favorite online retailer. I don't want to say they're a fan channel exclusive because I don't know that for sure, but that's kind of what I believe just because of how much larger they are than the other figures. I don't know about you guys, but I have not been finding the newer versions of the smaller characters in stores. The only place that really carries them is Target, and they have like old ones for a really long time at this point. So I'm hoping we start to see some newer characters. I pretty much just buy all of them online at this point because it's the only place I can find them. But I really like this wave. I hope it continues to go strong, and I definitely am looking forward to maybe some vehicles and playsets in the future, and maybe some more of these larger characters. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks so much for watching.